I have been waiting so long to make this video. I keep wanting to film it and then I think of an excuse of why I shouldn't, or I think, to be completely honest, actually, I haven't filmed this video because I have been so tired the last week, and think about sitting down and filming it and then I'd be like, oh no, I feel so tired, I want to lay down. And you know, pregnancy has done a lot of weird things to my body, but I've taken a hiatus off YouTube on accident and I didn't mean to, and I need to get better about just vlogging my day-to-day, what I'm doing. I feel like a lot of times my day-to-day is kind of boring, and I don't know if you guys want to see that, but I'm just gonna get out of my head and just start filming things. But I'm really excited because right now I am sitting in our baby boy's nursery. So Cody and I painted this wall behind us yesterday, so it's still kind of like a work in progress, and obviously it's still taped up. We ran out of the paint, so we're gonna do one more coat over the wall, and then we obviously have to take the tape off and do touch up all that. I thought this would be a cute little room to film the video in, so I'm just gonna be honest and talk about my second trimester so far. So I'm actually almost out of my second trimester and I cannot believe that. So I will be I just turned 24 weeks on Saturday. So I've got a few more weeks left of my second trimester, and I have to say that this trimester has been a lot easier than the first, and it's made me feel like I could definitely do this again. I could get through this. But also there's been a lot of mental challenges and body changes, and there's just been a lot. So I'm just going to talk about everything, and hopefully it could help one of you guys not feel alone. If you're feeling like this too. I just have always wanted to share my pregnancy journey, and it's something that I want to get better at sharing on YouTube, just because I am so passionate about helping other women, and also I'm really passionate about showing that it's not always perfect and that sometimes we struggle, and life isn't just butterflies and rainbows. And although this is such a wonderful experience to be on, it has had its challenges, and I do want to open up about that. So I'm just gonna go into everything because there's so much to talk about. So second trimester, when I first was hit 14 weeks is when your second trimester starts, I felt like a brand new person. My first trimester, looking back, it wasn't as bad as I've heard, but it wasn't easy. So I feel like I woke up in my second trimester with a ton of energy. So when I was in my first trimester, I actually could not wake up in the morning. I wasn't having coffee, so I was having a really hard time, and I had to nap all the time. And in my second trimester, the biggest thing I noticed was my energy came back. Definitely not fully, but I did start feeling oh, I can clean my house, I can do dishes, I can wake up. And I started having coffee about 11 weeks into pregnancy. I'm yawning. I'm just talking about how much energy I had. I started giving myself coffee again. That was a big help. I have 1 cup of coffee a day right now. Yeah, so energy came back. I felt there was a fly on my face. I felt like a different person. My house started getting cleaner. I started working out more consistently, and I'm literally just gonna dabble into everything, body changes, working out, cravings, just everything. So I felt in my first trimester, I really struggled with food aversion. So that was something that was so hard for me, and I think it's gonna be so hard in, well, we'll see if they're different. My second pregnancy, that's the one thing that I am nervous about, is the aversions, because I know how hard that was. And basically, if you don't know, food aversion is when you things you normally like before you're pregnant sound horrible when you're actually pregnant. And that only lasted for me for a few weeks. And I remember I did not want to have coffee. The taste of coffee grossed me out. I didn't want avocado. And if you guys know me, those are my 2 favorite foods in the whole entire world, food and drink. And now I'm able to have it and totally fine. So I would say cravings in my second trimester, I'm not really having cravings. I don't even know if I've really had cravings my whole pregnancy. I feel more something, I guess this is a craving, because it's sometimes something sounds really good, and I feel I went through a phase where right before 20 weeks where Chick-fil-A sounded so good every single day, and I was never getting sick of it. But I feel now in this phase, I'm just eating things that I already liked before I was pregnant. I literally have eggs bread and avocado every single morning for breakfast, and I was already that way before. So I don't know, like I do go through little spurts where I'm like, oh, a breakfast burrito sounds really good, or oh, Chick-fil-A, but I think this baby definitely wants carbs, which is hilarious. But I don't really feel like I don't know, like the cravings that I've heard about, I don't feel like I'm having. I don't know, like where I'm in like desperate need for that. I would say I'm not, like with food, I've always been more of a savory person than sweets. So I feel like with food, or like after I eat dinner, I always want dessert. So I guess that could be kind of a craving. Like I ordered ice cream Saturday night and it was so good. So I've been like making cookies and having ice cream and like things like that. I don't know, I guess I have a bigger sweet tooth. But the one thing that is different is I am hungry more often. So, which I guess makes sense. But I literally have like lunch and then like, okay, say for example, let's just back up from what I was just saying. So say it's a weekend and Cody and I are gonna get breakfast. So we'll go get breakfast. I feel like the portion size for that breakfast place is like pretty decent, so it should keep me full for a while. But I feel like I get home, I chill for a little, and then I'm like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, Cody, are you hungry? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I feel like definitely being hungry more often. I'm just more hungry in general. Yeah, so not really like crazy cravings or anything like that, but I've been able to eat all of my like same foods that I already liked before I was pregnant, so that didn't really change. I'm just trying to do a little recap on the last few months. Oh, I guess you can move into working out, because obviously if you have been a subscriber on my channel for a while, you know that this is a fitness YouTube channel and my Instagram is a fitness Instagram, and I've kind of started this whole thing with sharing my fitness journey. So I always wondered what it would be like being pregnant, like having such a heavy influence, or fitness influence in my life. Like I love being active, I love being healthy, and I love working out. I've just loved it for so many years now. And so I don't know, I was always curious about like how that would go down when I was growing a human, and I'm really proud of myself. And that I don't want to make this seem like it's just been easy and that like, oh wow, she just works out while she's pregnant, it's always easy for her, because it's really not. I started going through something like 20 weeks pregnant. I like love going to indoor spin classes. It's like my favorite thing in the world. So I was going to those like way before I was pregnant, and then all the way through pregnancy, and then I hit like 20 weeks. And I remember there's like a few parts in that class that are like very fast paced. And I did it, I felt fine in the moment, I was listening to my body, and then I got home and I started cramping, and so that scared the crap out of me. I feel like with fitness, I have new limits and boundaries for my body that I'm just now learning, because obviously before I was pregnant, I can go a lot more intense and I could do things, and now it's like, I feel like I have slowed down. I'm starting to realize that there's like new limits that I can't go over for my body. And so I went through something, and during 20 weeks pregnant where I was cramping, I cramped twice. So the first time I was like, wasn't sure if that's what it was, because I felt great in the class. And so I was like, okay, like maybe I ate something, or maybe I'm just tired. And so I went to the spin class again, did it to the same kind of intensity. I definitely wasn't doing like the same intensity I would before I was pregnant, but I was still kind of pushing myself, and it happened again. And so I was like, dang it, I have to give up spin, which was like fine. I was totally okay to give up that for our baby, but I just was like, I guess for me, fitness has never been about having like the best and most in shape body. For me, it's been more about like my mental health more than anything, and like it just makes me feel good, and I just like feel like happier when I would like get a little sweat in and work out. And so I was using working out during my pregnancy for like my mental health and for like the health of me and the baby. And I was like, dang it, I have to cancel spin. And I just like knew it was the right call for me, and so I canceled. And then I had 2 weeks left of my membership, so I was like, you know what, I'll just go, I'll just like sit down, I'll modify things just for these next 2 weeks to see how I feel. And I was going, and I was feeling amazing. I was slowing down, I wasn't doing the fast stuff, I was sitting in the saddle most of the time, and I was still getting good sweat in, still feeling amazing after, getting like what I needed mentally from that class. And I was like, dang, like no cramping, I feel great. I was like, I feel like I figured out what I have to do to be able to stay in these classes and stay active in my pregnancy. And I re-got the membership. Guess to talk about my workout split a little bit is something that has happened to me is things have been modified like crazy. I'm no longer working out to push myself to the limit and to be really fit and shredded. Now I'm working out to just feel good mentally, to stay healthy for me and my baby. So yeah, so I go to spin still about like, I would say like two times, sometimes 3 times a week, and I am sitting, I'm chilling. This belly has definitely gotten in my way, so I'm just listening to my body more than ever before. And that's what's something that's so cool with pregnancy is I am definitely someone that likes to work hard, and I feel guilty if I slack off in like any area of my life. So being pregnant, like slacking off working out, which it's still, I feel like I'm really proud of myself for even still going being pregnant, but there's a lot more of like kindness and like grace that I've shown myself because I am growing a baby. So my workouts have just felt really good lately. So I've been doing spin, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week. I love still doing a little bit of, I don't even know if you can call it weight training. I am using like some dumbbells and stuff, but it's way changed. I'm doing like leg days, which feels great, and I just use like dumbbells or resistance bands and doing kind of like circuit style workouts, which has felt amazing. And I'm also doing like really long walks. So I'll go on like walks in the morning with Jackson and Jasmine, my 2 little pups. Like this Saturday, I went on like a 4-mile beach walk with my 2 friends, and I just had coffee and I was just walking, and I'm just finding ways to stay active. And it's like kind of cool to do something different for once in my life and to be a little slower and calmer. But I mean, it is hard. It definitely is hard to continue to stay active, and there are some days where like I just don't want to work out. Like I have a spin class booked tonight, and honestly guys, I might just cancel it. I'm just like listening and seeing what my body needs, and if I'm really tired one day, I just won't do it. But for the most part, I've been feeling pretty good. I've been proud of myself for keeping up with fitness, and yeah, just honestly the biggest thing I've learned is like slowing down and modifying things. This trimester has been amazing because I have felt our little baby kicking me like crazy, and it has been so exciting. So I want to talk about like when I first felt him kick, when I first saw him kick from the outside of my stomach, when it got stronger. And I didn't even write this stuff down. I just like literally, I actually came upstairs to grab my water bottle, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and film this video because I have been thinking of so many excuses not to. So I naturally have a really good memory. It's crazy. Like I can remember so many things. And so we're gonna go with it. But the first time I ever felt him kick, I may be crazy, but I swear I was like laying down on the bed, and I just had like my hands like right on my stomach, just like kind of sitting here, and I felt the slightest, like tiniest little like pop. So I never felt like the flutters. I don't know why. I always felt like pops. I never really felt like any kind of fluttering movements, but it felt more like popcorn popping. So let me know if you guys felt like flutters or pops, or if you felt something completely different. Let me know in the comments down below, because I like love hearing about other women and their pregnancies. But I was literally, guys, 13 weeks pregnant, and I felt a little kick, or not even a kick, just a little pop. And it was the slightest thing, and then I didn't feel it again until like 16 weeks pregnant. And then even 16 weeks, like it would take me forever just to feel him kick, and I would just like have my hands on my stomach for like an hour, and I would feel it very, very little and only a few times. And I feel like I felt him very early on, but I would say it started getting kind of crazy like around 19 weeks. I started really feeling him. I started feeling some rolling, and honestly guys, just over like these last few weeks, so that was like 19 weeks, and then like going to 24 weeks, I have just felt such crazy movements. And I first saw him kick from the outside of my tummy. It was like 22 weeks. I was laying in bed. It was like, I don't even know what time it was. It was like 8 a.m. or something, and I was laying in bed like this, and I just see my thumb go boop, like slight movement, and I was like, no. And then I like looked down, and I literally saw like little kicking coming out from the outside of my belly. and I was blown away. So it was just insane. And then like later that day, Cody saw it, and since then I've seen it like 4 times where he's kicked from the outside of my tummy. So I kind of can't wait for like this little guy to get stronger and to keep seeing him kick. But now it's gotten to the point where I feel him kick all the time. Like every time I'm like eating, I feel the kicks. I don't see them as much. I feel like if I was like staring down at my stomach all the time, I would. So yeah, it's been kind of awesome to feel his kicks getting stronger, to feel them more often. I am literally like addicted to feeling him kick in my stomach. I feel like that's something I'm gonna miss once he's born, which obviously would be so much better to like have him. But yeah, it's so crazy. And I feel like feeling him kick over these last few weeks have made it feel so real to me. And like, I'm just like, can I just meet him already? Like, I don't know what he looks like. I want to know. Oh my god, he literally just kicked me when I've been talking. But it's just so cool. It's like, it's the coolest thing ever. So yeah, he kicks me like every time I eat something, if I have like something sweet. And it's so funny because his favorite time to kick is literally like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, and then I'll lay back down, and that's when he starts kicking. Like last night he kept me up a little, but I honestly don't even mind because it's just like the best thing in the world. A few weird like body changes. So I've been getting a lot of veins on my chest. That's something that's so weird and I'm so self-conscious of, which I know is like super dumb, but I've just been like feeling, and I've been telling Cody, like, I don't know, I just like feel out of my body. Like I feel like this is not my body, and I've been growing, and it's just like, it's crazy to see your body changing, and that's not always easy. And I also think it's hard for women, like trying to establish like what's their body and what's like for the baby. We have our body, and like, but then you also are growing a baby, and like then your body is like meant to keep this baby alive, like even after birth, if you plan on breastfeeding or whatever it is. Like it's like you're sharing your body with someone, and that's something obviously I've never experienced before. And so that's been kind of a struggle, and I've been feeling like, I don't know, like losing my identity a little bit, which is kind of weird. Like I just been feeling like self-conscious of my body, and I'm just being completely honest with you guys. Like I know I'm obviously so grateful to be pregnant, and it's super cool to have a little baby growing in me, but I just feel like obviously when there's good things, that always does come with a little bit of struggle too. Like not everything can be so perfect and happy all the time, and I just feel not like myself. I don't know how else to explain it. And that's something I've been kind of battling with, like even in my work and like talking with you guys and sharing fitness content or whatever it is. I just feel like so off. And I've been trying to be kinder to myself and letting myself slow down when I need it. And I feel like it's just weird. And I think it's weird for me because I did struggle with weight gain, and I struggled really hard on losing it. And so I think like going to the doctor and they're weighing you every time, like I go through 2 things in my mind. I go through one thing where I'm like, holy crap, like my initial like fear sets in when I see like that number on the scale, and it's really hard for me because I'm getting closer to that like weight that I used to be, and it's like, it's terrifying. And then I also have the other side of me that's like, well, Brie, be kind to yourself. Like you're growing a baby, like he weighs more, like everything weighs more, and that's okay. But I'm a human, and I have a heavy influence of fitness and being in shape, and weight has always played such a huge part of my life, and it's something that I have struggled with. Like I stopped weighing myself completely when I was working out, because I would be so discouraged if like I would gain a pound or lose a pound. And that's why I always tell you guys to go off the way your clothes fit and stuff like that. So I guess like going to the doctor and being weighed and gaining weight each time, it's just been hard, I guess. It's like my honest thing. But I know that like this is such an amazing time, and I get to have a little baby soon in this room. This is gonna be his room, and I know that fitness will always be there, and I know that I will love working on my postpartum journey and figuring it all out again. And it's just crazy to start from scratch, but like I am kind of excited for that in a way, because I like pushing myself, and I'm excited to have like new goals and like a new version of fitness. And I think like a lot of times, and maybe I'm completely alone in this, but if I'm not, let me know. I feel like when you find out you're gonna be a mom, there is so many emotions that go into it. It's like you're so excited to like have a little baby and be a mom. Like, this is literally what I've wanted my whole life. But then there's a part of you that's like doesn't want to lose you and like your identity. And I don't know, I feel like I'm trying not to cry. I feel like I'm struggling because like I don't want to feel like my personal like stuff is over, and like my dreams and my life and everything that I still want to achieve, I don't want to feel like that's over because I'm becoming a mom. And I think like a lot of people are kind of cruel to new moms, or moms, expecting moms, and are like, well, you don't know how hard it's going to be, or just wait until this, or your life's over, or your body's never going to be the same after kids. And I just like don't want to hear any of that, you know? Like I just want to I want to be a mom, and I want to be a business owner, and I want to be able to do both, and I want to be able to try new things in my fitness journey, and I want to still have a fun life and be a fun parent. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being naive. I know that this is going to be hard, and I know that I'm going to be tired, but I also know that I'm a hard worker, and I also know that I'm driven and that I will work for things that I want. And it's just like, I don't know, I go through all these feelings of like, I'm terrified, I'm excited, I like already love this baby so much, and then I go through moments where like I don't even know who I am. So it's just like this insane roller coaster, and I actually had a breakdown about it on Saturday. I just feel, I don't know, like so lost. It's just like, it's like this wave of emotions going through this journey, and I'm just working through it, and we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna have a cute little baby. But I think it's okay for moms to have these concerns, and I think it's normal, because I don't know what the heck I'm going into. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I don't know how, like, I already love him, but I already know my heart's gonna expand like crazy when I meet him, and it's like I'm gonna have this like baby that I would do anything for and that I love more than anything. And I don't know, it's just like, it's such a wild journey. But that's kind of been my second trimester, is like dealing with my body growing, dealing with different body changes, like whether it's like veins or like I've been getting like, I have like a weird rash underneath my arm, or like getting like back knee. Like I've had so many weird things, and it's so crazy. Like your body just changes, or like being more hungry and feeling like I'm not always making the best food choices, and just feeling tired, like doing my job and trying to get the motivation to do anything. It's just been very hard, but it's also been very beautiful. And I feel like being pregnant has also given me a lot more self-love towards myself, because I want to take care of myself better now, because there's a little baby in my belly. Like I feel like before I would work out twice a day and pump my body with 3 cups of coffee a day, and I didn't have the same kind of self-love that I do now, because I just feel this like insane purpose. I just want to be the best mom I can, and I want to take care of myself for him. And I don't know, guys, I don't even know what this video was for. I was just coming on here to talk with you and check in and tell you that I'm going to get better at YouTube. But if you guys have like any video ideas you want me to do, I feel like every time I ask this, I get a lot of like cooking video recommendations, which I'm totally fine with. I'll do some cooking videos, but I don't know, let me know what would be the most helpful for you guys and what you guys want to see. But that's gonna do it for this video. I feel like I kind of rambled and jumbled all over the place, but I don't know, you guys feel like my friends, and it was good to talk about this and just kind of open up, because this is like a really overwhelming journey. But I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I can't believe that I am 6 months pregnant. I don't even know where the time went or what happened, but wow. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give this video a big old thumbs up, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Bam.